Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman Classic TV Series 1966 Adam West Batman. This has been a long time coming. They've done the retro 6-inch scale Adam West figures, and I was always hoping they were going to do multiverse versions, and hopefully this guy does well, and they'll give us more. I ordered this guy from Figuring for All. It's a Canadian-based website. Got him for retail, a little bit of shipping on top, but I was happy to do that as I really wanted this Adam West figure for a long time. He's going to finally complete the movie collection that I've wanted. Like I said, I wish the entire 66 line was 7-inch multiverse figures, but that's just not the world we live in. At least we have Adam West to join the team. These guys are hitting Walmart in the US right now. Unfortunately, they haven't hit my area yet, so I have no regrets getting them from Canada. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse, Batman Classic TV Series, Batman. Here he's in the package. We have alternate hands, a little bat radio, and a batarang. I see a collector's card, and I assume a display stand back there as well. Batman from Batman the Classic TV Series. Batman. At the bottom, there's his barcode if that helps. And on the back side, here's Adam West posed up. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that with this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. Display stand, collector's card, a total of 6 hands, batarang, and a little bat radio. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Adam West Batman, the man himself, in 7-inch scale. That has been a long time coming. I've wanted this for a while. Not because I'm a huge Adam West Batman 66 fan, a casual one, but because we really need him to complete the movie collection. We have the majority of all the other movie figures, maybe not in the looks that I specifically want. Hopefully those will be coming, but Adam West here was a huge omission. I had to fill in the NECA 7-inch figure with the McFarlane collection, and it just didn't quite fit in. Really excited to add to the collection. I love the 66 line, but I wish it was a little bit larger. So I was born in 1984, I'm 40 years old, and the 66 show was way before my time, but it was still very influential to me. I was 5 years old when the Keaton Batman came out, but I have vague memories of watching the 66 show before that. It's very colorful and sort of attention-grabbing for kids, and it also has humor for adults too. I used to like the show when I was really little, then I kind of hated the show as a young adult, and I appreciate the show quite a bit nowadays. It was very accurate to the comics of the time, cheesy, and a lot of the looks were pretty spot on. If it weren't for this show, Batman probably wouldn't even really exist today. Batman was on the verge of being canceled, this show was very popular, and we finally have a 7-inch McFarlane figure. So let's take a look. Starting with his face here, the cowl looks great. Short ears, dark blue, black on the front, and then the sort of eyebrows and nose painted on there screams Adam West. The mouth looks pretty good, the eyes. If I could see his entire face, I could judge it more on the Adam West likeness, but what I'm seeing here looks pretty good, although it kind of looks like a pig nose. Now the cape is cloth with a wire, and honestly it's far too long. I love a Batman with a long cape, but I don't think his cape was farther than his feet. There's no way it was like that in the show. I kind of remember his cape being pretty short, like maybe down to here. So I love it. It looks fantastic, but I feel like it's not accurate to the Adam West show. I do not remember him being on the ground and dragging his cape behind him. I'm just saying I do not think that ever was a thing. But it looks fantastic on the figure. Very sort of basic body. It looks like a new body. I don't recognize the parts. I like it. The 66 Batman symbol. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed knees. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope they give us more of these characters in the 7-inch multiverse line. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. And then here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. One thing really bothering me about the figure, his belt is crooked like the whole diaper piece. It sort of throws the look off the whole guy. I'm going to heat him up, see if I can adjust that. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane stand we've seen a million times before. It's very thin, basic. Here's his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Adam West as Batman. that deadpan humor. Batman from the Batman Classic TV series. On the backside, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Now let's check out his hands. He has 6 of them, 3 right hands and 3 left hands. Here's a look at his first pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. Here's his next pair of hands. His left hand is sort of a pointing hand, and his right hand, I don't even know what you would call that thing. It's got just the index finger sort of curled. Not sure the purpose of that hand. And here's his last pair of hands. This is a pair of hands that allows him to do that famous dance from the first episode, the Bat-2C. Here's his batarang. It's a typical batarang from the 60s show. It does have a little hole in the side in case you want to attach your own little rope. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw that batarang. Here's his bat radio. Little flat black object. It's got a little speaker there. Antennas. Here's Batman talking into that bat radio. Another accessory that I think would be really cool to come with this guy would be the action bubble effects that come with the retro version of the Adam West Batman. I kind of find them annoying with that line because at first that's all you got, but I think it would be a very appropriate thing to include with this Batman figure. Now to talk about his cape. And I'll tell you, my opinion on the cape is gorgeous on the figure, very long, looks good as a bendy wire, but it's inaccurate and I wish they didn't do it this way. Like I said, the cape has bendy wire both sides. Stretched out this far, it looks really cool, but if it's down all the way, it's totally dragging on the ground, and that's how a lot of Batman interpretations are, but not the Adam West version. It looks good, you can have him gliding, etc., but he didn't really do any of those things in the show. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right at 7 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, about 7.1 inches tall. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course you can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down a pretty good amount. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out about 90 degrees, maybe a tiny bit more. Up, down, around. He's got these butterfly rings, which are pretty large on this guy, between his shoulder and chest area, increase the range of motion, and more importantly, covering up the giant gap that would be there. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. His torso has a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso. I'd say you get more out of the torso than the waist on this guy. Legs complete to splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation, almost non-existent on him. They go forward about that far, maybe a little bit more if you go to the sides. Back not much. Double jointed knees, and his ankles. Forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and of course, torticulation. Here's a look at Batman in that infamous opening scene to the 66 film. He's climbing down a bat rope off the Batcopter, and a shark is literally eating his leg. Robin climbs to the top, where he looks at Batman's inventory. There's a choice between Batman shark repellent, Batman whale repellent, Batman manta ray repellent, and Batman octopus repellent. Grabs it, gives it to Batman. Batman sprays the shark, just setting the tone of how ridiculous the movie is, and it's even more ridiculous than the show. And here, taking on the entire Batman 1966 Rogues Gallery. Here's a look at Batman in the club, dancing the Bat-2C. Here's Batman taking on King Shark with a can of bat shark repellent. And here he is in the sewers, fighting a deranged Killer Croc. Here's Batman in the Batcave, in front of the Batmobile. Here's Batman confronting Bane in the Batcave. Batman's pointing at him and telling him, make sure you look both ways before you cross a street at a crosswalk. And here's Bane, picking up Batman and breaking him like a twig. And then here's the Adam West Batman with all the other movie Batmen. Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other Adam West figures. Here's McFarlane's Adam West Batman, next to NECA's version. These are the only two 7-inch scale Adam West figures out there. And I'd say McFarlane made a better action figure, moves better, less fragile, but NECA made a better looking figure. They both look really good, and they sort of captured the essence better and worse in some regards. I love them both. I'm going to have to say McFarlane for the win, because that Adam West one is broken in 3 different places. The NECA one, that is. The texturing is fantastic on the NECA one. The McFarlane one, the body looks very bland, very smooth, very plain. But there are just some things that hit me right about the McFarlane one in the face, and some things that hit me right in the NECA one. It's hard to explain, but due to articulation and fragility, I'm going to have to give it to McFarlane. And here he is, next to Mattel's Adam West Batman. And here are all 5 versions of Mattel's Adam West Batman. We have the unmasked version, the wired cape version, then the regular cloth cape version, the Batusi version, and the swimsuit version. Then, next to McFarlane's Adam West 66 retro figure. It's a 6-inch line, and honestly, they're crappy figures, but it's really cool to have all these different characters, vehicles, and playsets in that universe, and to have them in 6-inch scale. I only wish it was 7-inch scale. And here he is, with all the McFarlane retro 66 Adam West Batman figures. From left to right, we have Boxing Gloves Batman, Oxygen Mask Batman, Unmasked Batman, the animated Adam West Batman, the Lunchbox 4-pack Batman, then the regular Batman, Alfred as Batman, Black and White Batman, Spacesuit Batman, Radioactive Cal Batman, and Swimsuit Batman. Now let's check them out. Next is some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here are all the different live-action movie Batman figures McFarlane has made. We now have all the different actors covered. Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, West, Bale, Affleck, and Pattinson. I wouldn't say no if they gave us the old 43 and 49 movie serial Batman figures. I would love to get a Batman Returns Batman, Batman Forever in his regular Panther suit, Clooney in his ice suit at the end, Bale in his Begin suit, Affleck in his Justice League regular suit. There's a lot of options they could still do to make the collection feel complete. And wonder who the new Batman is going to be in Gunn's universe. Here he is, next to my 2 favorite McFarlane Batman figures, the Hush Batman and the Nightfall Batman. You can see how he scales up. Pretty similar height to the Nightfall Batman, considerably smaller than the Hush Batman, as expected. Now let's check him out. Next is some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next most recent Platinum Wave. We have the Platinum Chase variants of Hugo Strange's Batman, Bullseye Batman, Batman Begins Lucius Fox, and the Flash, Ben Affleck in blue and gray. There's also a Platinum Chase variant of the Adam West Batman in black and white. If anyone has a lead on where I might be able to get one, please drop me a line in the comments below. Looking for that guy still. Here's the Adam West Batman, next to the Dick Grayson Batman, and the World's Finest Fusion Batman Superman, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Fusion Batman. There's a Platinum Chase variant on both Grayson Batman and Adam West, and I'm looking for both. Any help, let me know. And here he is, next to the 6th wave of Collector's Edition figures. Clock King, Red Hood, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. Once again, there are Platinum Chase variants of all of these guys, and I'm on a hunt for those as well. Then, next to the Walmart exclusive Max Mercury, still looking for the Walmart exclusive Vampire Shazam, but I imagine he'll be easy to get in the long run. And now, with the DC Classics Darkseid Mega figure, here's Adam West, next to San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Superman Centennial Park Tribute Statue. And here he is, next to the 5th wave of Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Manga Batman, and Connor Kent's Superboy. Then, next to the previous Platinum wave, Sportsmaster, Manhunter, and the new 52 Reverse Flash. And now, with the 2nd digital wave, Green Arrow, Superman, and the Atom. And finally, next to the DC Rebirth Tim Drake Robin, and both the Platinum and regular versions of the Cyborg Superman. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect. They work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some Diamond Select toys. Here's Adam West, next to a hamburger bun. And here he is, with some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a very nice 7-inch scale Adam West Batman figure. Here are the negative things. I really don't like the way he has that little sort of blue half circle below his cloth soft goods cape. Just looks a little bit weird. And the fact that my belt's crooked. And then there's a little bit of a disconnect between the top part of the torso and the stomach. It's not a gap or anything, but just kind of noticeable. Beyond that, I really love this figure. Had a lot of fun doing the video, had a lot of fun doing the action scenes. I think that face looks good, just the paint job on the cow with the eyebrows, the nose, the flesh around the eyes. It captures the look of Adam West as Batman very nicely. Another negative thing, I guess, is the cape is far too big, and I think the cape looks fantastic, but it doesn't look that good on an Adam West Batman figure. His accessories are pretty nice. I like the extra hands, Bat 2C, the Batarang, the Bat Computer. I do wish that he came with a bomb. For some reason, I really was sure he was going to come with one. Some days, you just can't get rid of a bomb. His articulation is good. Sculpt paint job, very good. If I were to rate this figure, even with a couple of the flaws, I think I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Maybe because I'm just really enjoying him and he's new right now, but it's a very solid release. I'm very happy with him. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.